Hey Fly Tyers, welcome back. I'm Matt, and thank you for stopping by the channel. Now tonight's pattern is number 20 in the Great Smoky Mountain series. This one is the Hot Creek Special. Now this is a Don and Kevin Howell pattern. They came up with this fishing the Nolichucky River, or the South Toe River, part of the Nolichucky system. If you're not familiar with the South Toe River, it's in Yancey County, North Carolina, just north of Asheville. And Don and Kevin claim this was their #1 trout catcher in late summer and fall. It's a pretty cool looking pattern. It's not too hard to tie. I think you're gonna like it. Let's give it a shot. There it is in the vise. Don Howell's Hot Creek Special. Common sizes are 10 to 14. I'm tying this on a size 12. It is a 2X long nymph hook. And I'm gonna put down a base of 0.15 weighted wrap, almost the whole length of the shank. Now for the thread, it's black. I am using a 70 denier, that's kind of my go-to, but you could use any 8/0 or 6/0. I'll put a dam behind the weight, take it up over it, lock it in the front, and then take my thread back to the bend of the hook. Now the tail is next. It's an olive saddle hackle. So just take a big saddle hackle, some of the long fibers from the close to the big end, I guess. Now pull these off. Pretty good bunch, maybe 15 or so fibers. And it's going to be about a hook gap or a hook shank in length. So it's a pretty long tail. A couple of wraps to secure this in and check my position. Okay, that's going to be fine. We'll secure it up to the weight and snip these off. Now the next component is just a slip mottled turkey quill. I'm going to tie it in with the, not from the curved side, but from the side that I snipped off. And it's not quite a hook gap wide, but almost is. So let's get this caught in, and you can snip off this excess right here. I've just been burying it. It's just a little bit quicker, but that's coming off the top, so I'm going to be happy enough with that. Now let's tie in the body. 2 herls, 2 peacock herls. Some of the fat ones if you got it, because this is going to be the body. And get those caught in. Now take your thread back up here to about the point of the hook, and we're going to tie in our first set of legs. This guy has 2 sets of legs of 2 each, so it's really an 8-legged insect, which is impossible, but that's how we do it. So just lay your 2 strands of peacock herl over the top, and we're going to tie these in with some X wraps or some figure 8s. Now you might have to switch hands with your bobbin. Just take your time here. If you don't take your time, you'll have them going all over the place. You might have them going down, you might have them pointing forward. So I'm just taking my time here. You see how I'm switching hands with my bobbin, and I think those are going to be coming off fine. Now take your thread up here and hang it where we're going to do the front set of legs. Those are the back set right there, and I think the front set is going to be about right there. Don't get them too close to these back ones. I mean, it won't look good, and then it will make it really hard to wrap the peacock herl body as well. So the same 2 strands of peacock. I just lay them up here where I have my thread now, and I'm going to do the same thing. All right, I think that's going to be fine right there. Now take your thread up to where we're going to end the fly. Now, here's one mistake I made. See how the legs are kind of stuck together? And when we're done, we might want to pull them apart, but don't do that yet, because if you do that now, it's going to make it really hard to wrap this peacock herl. And I learned that a couple of flies ago. So go ahead and start wrapping this peacock herl. Take it up all the way to the eye. And you can use this to try and help position these legs if you didn't get them perfect when you were tying them in. So just take your time, as many wraps as it takes to go up through here and get a good solid looking body. Okay, now when you got your herl up to the front of the hook, just a couple of wraps to catch this off. Go ahead and snip this excess. Now let's wrap over this turkey slip. Now if it starts splitting on you, it'll happen. That's fine. About half the ones I've done have split a little bit, and you might end up seeing a little bit of that peacock herl through. That's okay. I think it's still going to be an effective fly. So let's take 2 wraps over there and check it. Make sure turkey's coming across the top. And now we're good. We can go ahead and lock it in. Maybe a tight wrap or 2 right there. Now here's what I do on this one. Pull this up and a few wraps underneath. If you've got any herl right there, you can just try to clean it up. I'm not really worried about that, so I will leave it propped up, and I'm going to whip finish under this turkey. If you're dexterous enough, it might take a little finger to pull it back while you do that, or just kind of wiggle it in and out. And a 4 turns should suffice. I'll show you where I'm going to put the head cement in just a minute. Put my scissors in here, poke them through, and let that lay forward and reach in here and cut it a little bit long. So that's kind of your head. And now if you want to, take your bodkin or your fingers and try and, make these legs look a little bit more like legs. Just spread them out or trim them to size. I think a couple of those are a little bit longer than I would like. But for the most part, it is a long-legged, heavily weighted nymph. And I would put my head cement, just 1 drop, small little drop right under there. Not worrying about that turkey quill at all. So there you go, folks. Don Howell's Hot Creek Special. Great fly for late summer and early autumn in the Smoky Mountains. I really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.